It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 9 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some new promo photos that have been revealed for Season 9, Episode 15 of The Walking Dead, called The Calm Before. One thing I do want to say before jumping into this is that this week specifically, I am changing the schedule just a little bit. These next two episodes are going to be extremely important and crucial for the story, and there's going to be a lot to talk about. That's why I will do the review for the last episode a little later than usual. That way I'll have more time to concentrate more on discussing some more stuff related to the next two episodes, and also I will have a little bit more time to jump in more detail in discussing a few things about the last episode without jumping into a full in-depth review right away. All of these photos come from Spoiler TV, so you can go and check out all of these photos in HD there. But without further ado, let's jump right into these. So first up, we have this shot of two whispers, and these two whispers are most likely the two that we saw at the end of last episode, who found the kingdom and will most likely report the whereabouts of the kingdom to Alpha and Beta. Next up, we have this shot of Alpha, which is epic. Absolutely love this photo. Of course, she has her knife and her double barrel shotgun. Now, I'm not sure where she is exactly. It could be close to the kingdom, and she could just be spying on the kingdom with the other whispers before she makes her move. Then we have this shot of the hilltop. We have some people leaving. Most likely they're leaving the hilltop to get to the kingdom for the fair. Next up, we have this shot, which is pretty cool as well. We have the fair, obviously, and we have a lot of people there from all different communities, and most likely they're listening to Ezekiel's speech and giving a standing ovation in a way. We heard parts of Ezekiel's speech in the promo or the trailer as well. But looking at some familiar faces, we have Nabila here, we have Siddiq, we have Eugene, we have Rosita, we have Father Gabriel, we have Marco, we have Cal, we have Diane, and then we have the teens at the hilltop here. This is a pretty cool photo, not just because of what it represents, like them being at the kingdom and all of them being together, but also all of these people that we see have a target on their backs. And they are potential victims of what's about to happen with the Whispers and the aftermath of the fair. I'm not going to jump in detail in that because it might spoil it for non-comic readers, but things are not necessarily going to be as happy as they seem. Then we have another shot here of Enid and Alden. They're obviously at the fair and they look so happy. I wonder how long that's going to last. Then we have this other picture. Again, both are extremely happy and they're enjoying themselves. I wonder how that's gonna go and how long that's gonna last. Then we have this picture. We have Father Gabriel, Rosita, Siddiq, and Eugene, and others in the back. But Rosita and Father Gabriel are looking at each other in a weird way. It's kind of awkward and uncomfortable since we have Siddiq right here and Eugene right here. But I wonder how that's gonna go, but it's very interesting. Then we have this shot of King Ezekiel and Carol, the king and the queen. They're obviously at the kingdom, and this is most likely either before or during the fair. Then we have this shot, which is again at the kingdom. This is most likely when they first get to the kingdom. We did see them on their way to the kingdom, and they got to the kingdom at the end of the last episode. So I'm assuming this is right away when they get to the kingdom. Then we have this shot of Carol, and again, this is at the kingdom. I don't know why I keep saying that. All of these photos are at the kingdom, so I should stop saying that. But then we have this shot, which is them getting to the kingdom. Then we have this shot, which is a continuation of the other, where we have them getting to the kingdom. Then we have this shot of Michonne, Judith, Ezekiel, and Carol. Now, this is a pretty interesting scene. I think it's the first time Carol is seeing Judith after the time jump, which is like 6 years. So they haven't seen each other in like 6 years, which is interesting. I could be wrong about that, but that's very interesting. Then we have this shot of Daryl Dixon, and then this shot of Connie and Kelly. Look at how Daryl is looking at them. I just found that extremely funny. Anyway, then we have this shot of Henry and Lydia. Again, this is at the kingdom. Then this shot of Luke and Yumiko, most likely looking at Connie and Daryl getting there with the others. We have Carol and Ezekiel here as well. Then we have this shot of Tara, most likely Yumiko, Carol, and Ezekiel. Again, this is at the kingdom. I actually challenge you guys, take a shot every time I say kingdom. you'll be drunk by the end of the night. Anyway, we have Ezekiel and Nabila here, and then Luke and Kelly, and then we have Symphony of Awesome, Luke and Alden. Maybe they're practicing something that they're gonna do at the fair. I wonder how that's gonna go. You know, this is just way too happy. I don't think we'll see the Symphony of Awesome perform at the fair. I'm just gonna say that. Then we have this shot of Connie, Kelly, and Enid. Most likely they're watching Luke and Alden practicing whatever they're gonna do. Then we have this shot of Henry and Lydia. Henry's enjoying himself just a little bit too much. Anyway, we have this shot of Henry as well. And then this shot of Henry and Lydia. And then Carol and Ezekiel here at the fair. And then another shot of Lydia and Henry. And this shot, which is again at the kingdom, we have Eugene, Father Gabriel, and Rosita. Now, Rosita looks like she's already dead in a way. You know, she just looks out of it a little bit. But that's a pretty cool shot as well. Then we have this shot of Yumiko and Daryl. Now, they're outside the gates. They're outside of Kingdom. But most likely this scene is going to be connected somehow to the scenes that we see in the trailer or the promo where we have Carol, Michonne, Daryl, and Yumiko. And they're surrounded by whispers. Then we have this shot of the Highwayman plus TJ right here, who's the savior. Now, I think this shot is related to one of the sneak peeks that was released, which I will do a standalone video on right after this one. That one's the last one. Very excited for the next episode and the one following it, obviously. But these photos are definitely exciting and they definitely get me hyped. It gets me nervous at the same time because for comic readers, we know what's coming. But stay tuned for my sneak peek breakdown, which is going to be released right after this one. There's 2 sneak peeks that were released. I'm going to talk about those later on this week. Stay tuned for my discussion on a few things from the last episode. And obviously, like I said early on in the video, stay tuned for my review of the last episode on Thursday and my prediction on Thursday as well. Pike the like button if you enjoy what you saw. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads.